When you're in the clouds, you might say your continued good health depends on getting accurate information from your flight instruments. It makes sense then to do a special check of those instruments when you're preparing for an instrument flight. So here's Martha to give you some instrument pre-flighting pointers for a Cessna 172R.
First, whenever you turn on the master switch, listen to the electrically driven gyro in the turn coordinator. What you do not want to hear is any unusual mechanical noise, such as unusual grinding noises or a whine from bad bearings. Now, when you get to the end of the starting engine checklist, after flaps retracted, glance up at the magnetic compass. Compasses have been known to leak, so make sure the fluid level is out of sight above the top of the view window and free of bubbles. In addition, check for fluid leaking from the case. Now, don't worry if you get some on your hand. It's just very pure kerosene. It is a petroleum product, however, so it could stain some fabrics. If it is leaking, make sure you have a mechanic check it out before you go fly. Then go through the 6-pack of flight instruments from left to right, top to bottom, just like you read. That way you'll make sure not to skip anything. The airspeed indicator should be about 0 with the needle at approximately 12 o'clock. Check that the horizon bar on the attitude indicator is erect and stable. This should happen pretty soon, but certainly within 5 minutes. Then set the miniature airplane on the attitude indicator to cover the horizon bar. Now, don't lean forward to do this, but keep your head and eyes at about the same position they'll be in when you're flying. Set the altimeter setting in the altimeter window and check the indication against the published field elevation. By the way, if the altimeter does not indicate within 75 feet of field elevation, it would be not considered suitable for safe instrument flight. Before you get excited about a difference, though, you should know that the published field elevation is the highest point on the airport's usable runways. If the airport has a pronounced slope, the elevation at your location might differ considerably from the published elevation. Now, as you might expect, airports that do have a large slope often have signs near the parking and run-up areas showing the actual elevation at that location. Now, altimeters don't normally fail. They're usually pretty reliable. Any problem usually comes from putting the wrong setting in the window. If no altimeter setting is available, set the altimeter to field elevation or to the appropriate elevation for where you're located. Now take a look at the turn coordinator. Check that the red